Why do you always leave me hanging, bro?
Because there's no table.
Whatever. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the newest episode of the Real Estate and Chill podcast. I'm your host, James Chattery, here for all your residential financial needs here with
Kevin Iglesias, associate real estate broker. Another $1 million episode. Obviously, we're somewhere new. We're at Tilray Media today shooting with JB and Denise. Please introduce yourself, guys.
Denise, I'll let you do the honors first. Go ahead, kick us off.
This is Denise Osger with Signature Premier Properties. I'm a real estate agent, and I'm happy to be here.
I'm JB Bolvedin, founder and CEO of Tilray, co-founder of Tilray Media, helping everyone in the real estate industry get their game up, grow their business, and become an influencer in their own right.
That's awesome. So
That was good.
let's talk about what everybody wants to know. Real estate rebuild, March 16th. How did it happen? How did it all come about? If you guys would do us the honors.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
All right. Well, as many of you and probably all of you know by now, there was an earthquake on February 6th, 7.8. I followed the news for about a week, and not a week, I think it was less than that, right, when I reached out to you?
Felt like a long time, but it was less than
It
that.
did. It felt like a long time before my brain started to function and figure out what we need to do. You know, it was just a lot to watch and not do anything about. So I woke up one day and I said, well, we have to do something. And what is it? What do? I help people buy homes. And the container home idea was already on the table with someone else. And I said, well, we can probably do that. And that's where it all started. I reached out to JB. He didn't know what I was talking about. And he said, I'm in. And I'm like, does he even know what I'm going to say? He's probably going to think I'm crazy. And my thing was, we need to happen. This has to happen quick. Like, it can't be 2 months from now. It has to happen in the next couple of weeks. And I wasn't sure if that's possible.
It's crazy that it just happened last month. Like everything's happening so quickly. So big kudos to you guys for putting an amazing event together. Do you have family in those areas that were impacted by any chance?
I don't have any family in those areas. All my family is in Istanbul, which is pretty far away from where it happened.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's fortunate.
I think what starts to happen is that when you watch something like that, you start to see, like, for example, like, you guys are helping us big time. So I want to acknowledge you for that too, because you're a big part of this event.
Absolutely.
And you contribute a lot to it. And thank you for that.
Of course.
You know,
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. No, it's an honor. So, you know, I think the thing that made us all come together is the fact that thankfully everyone in this event, including even the ones that are Turkish, can say that they don't have any friends or family that was directly affected by the quake. However, almost all of us here are, you know, we're all parents. And when you see a family get affected like that, you can't help but want to do something. I think that's what brought everyone together, because regardless of origin, heritage, religion, or citizenship, at the end of the day, we're all people. And we see that we can help people, you know, and we can do something positive. Why not? Let's do it and help as many people as we can. It's not every day that we get to really step up and do something amazing, because there's suffering 24/7 in this world.
Right.
But there's also good people in this world all the time too. And when we can actually find something and make a direct impact, you know, no one hesitated. Everyone was down. No one had to be sold on it, including you guys.
Yeah.
You know, so it's awesome. It's awesome to see what we're really capable of and how capable and how willing everyone else is to help too. It's been great.
Yeah, it's definitely like you said. When you're a parent, three of us are here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm left out.
But it hits you differently, because you see the parents carrying the kids out, and it's just like, wow, that's terrible. Nobody should go through that.
Yeah.
Kids or no kids, it's just something that's unfortunate to see. So when I got the call, I was like, yeah, I'm in, you know. And so where are we right now as far as the goal? I know it was 100,000 to raise. How close are we to hitting that goal as of today, which is Thursday?
Well, we're about 80% there.
Wow.
You know,
That's insane.
the thing is that we set a goal of 100,000, but the real goal is to help as many people as possible.
Of course.
So, you know, we don't believe like, oh man, we're almost there. We want to see like what the capacity is, how far we can go, because we want to, you know, imagine this, $4,000 more, that's another home. $4,000 more, that's another home. So what is the average median price right now is what, 525? in Long Island. So for the price of one median home in Long Island, we could put, what is that, 40, 50 people in a home, 40, 50 families in a home. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a
Yeah.
big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How, because this must have been really emotional for you, especially just seeing everybody getting involved, right? The whole real estate community coming together, the industry. This started off with a thought, an idea, you guys put it into action, and to see so much support right away, how did that make you guys feel? Because that's an amazing feeling that you're going to be helping so many families.
Oh, I cry every day.
It's big.
I
It's
do.
a big impact.
And I'm not saying that but it's amazing to see, because I didn't think this was going to get this much help. I mean, I knew with JB's help we were going to reach a lot of people, but by no means I didn't think this was going to happen and this wasn't going to get this big. And just to see how people are trying to help and, come together, it's emotional, because you're thinking, I'm looking at it, I'm Turkish, I'm a mom, I'm a human being to begin with, and to want to help people for where I am, I have all the motivation to do that. But I didn't think everybody would see what I'm seeing. And everyone did, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's a great feeling
Yeah.
to see like how many people came together to help and wanted to be a part of it. And the most exciting thing is that when you're doing, I'll give you an example. We're doing this great event, the Real Estate Rebuild. This event is going to be a great experience for people in the real estate industry to be able to scale and grow their business. And they're going to get the best of the best information. No one's holding back. And we went and got some, the best people in the industry to help deliver that. We can create positive things that helps others in order to use those funds to help other people too. So it's like icing on top of icing on top of icing. So we want to, it was incredible to see how many people stepped up to help, how quickly tickets sold out. We oversold the tickets. So we're not sold out. Like when we were saying, hey, we're going to sell out, we're already sold out. We oversold it. So make sure you get there early if you want good seats.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely get there early. Trust me, you won't regret it. But it's something that I can say this. I was very happy at all the help we received, but I wasn't surprised. I know that most people are really good people. There just has to be a purpose behind it to activate them. And when you can actually put in perspective something and then gain support and be worthy of support, the amount of activity that happens after that and support that comes behind it is huge. So I'm very happy and I'm proud to be a part of this community and all the people that are involved in this. And I mean this in the nicest way, but I'm not surprised about how awesome everyone was. I knew that already, and that's why I'm so excited that it came together so quickly.
It did. I feel like everything happened
Right away. And this was a
Yeah.
quick event too.
Yeah.
Like, how long ago did you guys even announce this? Like, how long did you have to plan this whole thing out?
Less than a month. I mean, because we got together 3.5 weeks ago.
Wow.
Within 4 days, 5 days, we had all the promotional stuff. We had all the agreements of who's going to speak there. We landed the date. We started promoting it. You guys came in, shot the promo. That started to go out. Email campaigns went out. So I think we just entered our third week.
It's a lot of work to put something like this together, though, right? I mean, a lot of work, time, and energy to put something of this
Absolutely.
magnitude together. Question for you, JB. Like, as far as the getting everybody involved, as far as speakers, how did that come about? Because I feel like everybody always wants to know, like, how does that get structured, right? Like, what was your mindset of like, all right, this is who we need to basically be speaking on the panel?
Well, we want a few things. So when you're putting together an event, it's important that one is you want someone who has a level of experience or ability to execute in something, but you also want someone who has influence in that area that you're trying to target, right? So like if I was, if you're going to do something, you have to figure out who are the influencers and who are the ones with the stats combined, reaching out to those people. Who are the ones that you already have friendships with and relationships with? Luckily, for everyone involved in this, the check mark was there already. So it just was a matter of a phone call. But in selecting it, what's important is adding value, adding relevance, and having influence. And if you have those three things, you'll have a great lineup and you'll have people that are interested in it. So that was the real structure in putting that together, because we wanted to land all three.
I think you guys delivered. I might be a little biased there, but I think you guys delivered because it's a collaboration. I mean, it's an amazing collaboration across all fields. I mean, it's not even, what's amazing is when people come together that are not even the same brokerage, right? But they just have the same goal in mind, and then you see the support, like you guys were saying, and it turned out to be amazing. Like, it blew up way more than you expected it. So that must feel really, really good.
Yeah, it does. I mean, at the end of the day, to know that we're going to meet our goal or maybe exceed our goal, that was the whole purpose, to help as many as people as possible. And
you guys didn't aim low; you shot high. 100,000 it's a lot of money to raise. Are you guys going to be going to Turkey, by any chance? Are you guys planning that?
we're planning it. Nothing is solid yet, but we're trying. I know I am, and I know that JB wants to too, but we'll see.
So yeah, there's logistics. It's not a matter of like us getting to Turkey.
Yeah.
It's about us getting permission through government entities to enter into those regions that we're delivering it in and be a part of it there. Because if we're coming in, for example, I'm coming in as an American citizen, right? So, or James is coming in as both. There's a responsibility now for those agencies, if they're bringing people in, to be able to transport them in, have their security. When I say security, I'm not worried about like getting robbed. I'm just talking about like shelter, food, transport. Right. Yeah. So as long as we can get those agreements, then we're going to go in. So our intention is to, and as long as we can get that kind of like seal of approval to enter into those regions, then we're definitely going.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but like the dollar over there, do you know how far it stretches?
Yeah. So $1 is equivalent to just under 19 Turkish lira. So, to put that in perspective, that's, almost 19 times buying power. The U.S. dollar has a lot of power there.
And you were born in Turkey.
I was,
and
yeah.
And you came here, how old?
I was 11.
11 years old.
Yeah. I was born there. I was born in Istanbul, and we moved here when I was 11. I was in 5th grade.
5th grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
One thing I really like about this event is I think that it creates an opportunity for people who want to give back, right? What we touched base on before, the container homes, housing a family. I would love to hear more about the container homes and how that fruitioned as well. If you don't mind elaborating on that, like with the container homes, like how you got into that, point.
Well, a lot of people were kind of chatting, on Instagram, people in Turkey that I know, like housing, because that's the biggest thing, housing. People can't go back into their homes even if it's still standing. They have nowhere to rent. A lot of people had businesses where the earthquake happened, so they don't want to leave the city. So, it's either tents, which is very temporary. Like a couple of days ago, they had heavy rain, all the tents were flooded.
Wow.
So the next thing was, something more solid. And I remember talking to someone on Instagram, and, he told me that he was looking into container homes. And I said, I don't know anything about them, but, I can research. And, when I did a little bit of research, they're pretty solid. They're made from, wood and metal. They can house up to 4 to 6 people. The ones that we're getting, it's actually from 6 to 8 people. So it's a bigger container home. And they could house up to like 2 to 3 years, if not more, if needed. So I thought that was the best way to go about it, to be able to give them something solid for now until they can rebuild their homes.
I think that's, 2 to 3 years, family of up to 6, and the goal is 100,000, which could buy 20 container homes, right? That's right math, right?
25, right?
20 times 5.
25, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
25. Sorry.
25,
oh my
yeah.
gosh. I'm supposed to be the numbers guy. So 25 times 5, that's 125 homes that could be for like 125 people that can be into homes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fumbling over all these numbers, but
Yeah.
that's great.
I had to use the calculator for that one myself. Yeah.
But I think that's like the best in between, because like obviously building a home for these families is going to be super expensive. The inexpensive tents that don't last, this is a great in the middle that can help them out through this point. And no, I think that's a great middle ground.
We even do something similar in the United States. I mean, you've seen this in the real estate industry. If someone's house burns, what do? They drop a trailer right in front of the house.
Yeah.
While it gets rebuilt. And that's essentially what we're doing. And that trailer it's much better than a tent. It's much better than being outside. It's not their home, but it gives them security. It gives them heat. It gives them a place that they can actually call home and not worry about it. And to give you some math, check this out. So it's 25 homes, right? But let's say you have 7 people in a home. You got to keep in mind there's families where there's kids that are orphaned, and now you have an aunt and uncle taking in 2 kids.
Yeah.
Now the family size, it's very dynamic. It's very different. You have neighbors that lost everything, that there's only one survivor, that they're going to come live with them now temporarily. So when you really do the math, it's 175 people that we're putting in a home. You know, so it's a lot. It really is a lot. So, and it really does make a difference. You know, these are people that, you know, one day might make a huge difference because of what we did. I remember there was a story that Tony Robbins said. Tony Robbins has fed over like 17 million people with his foundation. And he mentioned that one Thanksgiving, you know, he had a stepdad that was really rough, an alcoholic. His mom also was, you know, it was a difficult childhood, and he was starving. There was no food on Thanksgiving. And there was a knock on the door, and he opened the door and he saw it's like the turkey and all this food. And the guy said, "Is your dad home?" And the stepdad came to the door and says, "We don't take charity." Goes to slam the door on the guy, and the guy puts his foot in the door. And he said, "Don't let these kids starve because of your arrogance. Like, just take it." And he goes, from that moment, when he received that food, he was so happy. He realized what he wants to do with his life is donate food and help people. And he's done it to over 17 million people. Why am I telling you this story? We think that we're just going to donate 25 homes. These guys will live in it for a couple of years. They'll move back in. That'll be the end of it. You're creating philanthropists by doing this. I promise you, there's people that we're going to help that are inspired, that you'll see fast forward 15 years from now, 20 years from now, doing massive things because of that. Kindness and love is very, 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 very contagious in a good way. So not only are we helping those people, but those people will be inspired to do things, because hard times are temporary, I hope, for most people, including them. But I think what's going to happen is that, like, you really don't even understand the effects of what we're going to do here. I think is going to help a lot more people than we could ever imagine. And I think that's so awesome. You know, I really do.
And the container homes, I was watching something to rebuild. It's going to take years. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be in these container homes for a little bit of time.
Absolutely, yeah. In 1999, it took 2 years. This is bigger. Yeah. And, you know, they're guessing they're estimating about $84 billion in damage.
Wow. How much did you say?
$84 billion in damage.
Wow.
Now remember, in Turkey, it's times 19. $84 billion in damage. So when you multiply that times 19, that's how much it costs in about Turkish money. So it's a lot. So there's a lot of things that are going to need to happen to get these guys back up and going. So yeah, it could take more than 2 years this time, for sure.
I'm going to say something that may be a little uncomfortable, but it's true. When certain situations happen, a lot of scammers come out, right? You see people try to take advantage of people who are in need. Have you guys encountered that? Or, like, as far as like putting the event together and reaching out to like container, you know, people who were in that field, did you run into anybody who was like, yeah, this seems a little shady?
Not shady, but in the beginning when I started getting estimates from different companies, in about a week, the estimates doubled, if not tripled. People were just trying to take advantage of the situation. And right now, I have some people in Istanbul that are trying to build container homes, and the prices they're getting are unbelievable.
Also, that's another thing too. Like when you talked about, you know, something shady or scamming, what we didn't know is that there was a lot of organizations collecting money. Yeah. But we just didn't know where's that money going. And a lot of these organizations, their overhead is insane. So they'll take 75% and then give 25% to actual charities. Or what you also see, this is how corruption works in these regions, not just in Turkey, but other areas, is they'll give it to a supplier. So for example, let's say it costs normally 50,000 Turkish lira to build this thing. They'll charge 100,000 to the charity. The charity will pay them the 100,000, and then they'll take 30,000, give it back to the guy who gave them the contract, and peel it off. Wow. So the way it works is that they're not just, the way they're getting bribed is they're fully executing on the transaction, so publicly it looks okay, and then shaving it on the back end. So we're not going to accuse any charity of anything because we don't know. But what we do know is that we want to ensure that basically all of the proceeds that we get and everything that's there actually goes and buys this and gets delivered without commissions, without, do-arounds, without bribes. And the best way to do that would be to just set it up. So Denise did something that was incredible because it wasn't easy. It seems easy when she says it, but it's not easy. She went and found a very reliable supplier with transparency. She got the best deal in the country because she called a lot of places, secured that, then found a municipality in Turkey that would deliver it on their behalf and got agreements and sign-offs on all of that. And then this person started to develop them and ordered them and started manufacturing them on our word that we're going to order it.
Wow.
Waiting until after fundraising. So this is very difficult to do, and I want to acknowledge that. That was really incredible what
That's
he did because
huge.
it's not easy.
That's really huge.
So and being able to do that allows it to like everyone to know like, hey, like this is really going to help people. Where we're giving it to another charity where, all right, we did our thing, and then we just don't know what happens with the money.
That's true.
And that's where the scammy thing, like that's what we were thinking when it first started. How do we make sure that money goes there?
That was the biggest thing for me because, I talked to my cousins and I'm like, well, can you find out how we can do this? So she would call this organization, she would call that one, and all they were doing is giving me their donation link. And I said, no, that's not what I want to do because I don't know if, because I want to be able to show these people here that, okay, here are the homes, we did it. And we're even going to put names on them so people know that that's their container.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, so the biggest thing was I didn't want to just wire the money to an organization. And, I agree with JB. I'm not accusing anyone of doing anything because I don't know. But if I don't see it with my own eyes, do it directly, I can't promise people 100% of the proceeds are going to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is big.
So that was a big thing, and I don't think he's gonna watch this. I don't think he's gonna know what I'm saying. But my relative in Turkey, he stepped up big time, and it was really him that gave me the idea that he can do this. And I trusted him. He trusted us. We haven't, the containers are half. I think they're all built. Don't quote me on that. But he did tell me that. He sent us pictures, we know what they look like, we know what the inside looked like. He sponsored bunk beds, mattresses, blankets, sheets, pillows, because he actually has a factory that does that. So, this is all the things that he told me that he can do. All I asked him was, where can we get these containers? Because after doing my research, I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere. And he's the one that said, you know what, we can't do it like this. These third parties, manufacturers, prices are tripled. Let's buy the materials. It took him a week and a half to collect all the materials from all around Turkey.
Wow. Is his name? What's his name?
Osman.
Osman?
Yes.
How do you say thank you in Turkish?
Teşekkür ederim.
I can't say that. So
How do we say it easier?
Sal would be easier, right?
Sal?
Sal?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
We'll put it in captions.
Okay.
From you.
Say it.
Say it again.
Okay, say this. So, because when we call someone older than us, we always call them Osman abi. So
Osman abi?
it's like Big Brother Osman. So you need to
Big
say
brother Osman.
Sal Osman abi.
Sal Osman abi.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Good stuff.
Why am I the only one? Let's see.
I don't even remember what I was gonna do, but I totally forgot. But funny thing is that in my culture, I don't know if you want to say your religion, but I think we do share religion. So I'm Muslim, and I don't really know if I say that ever often on camera. But one thing that I think is ingrained in our religion and our culture also is giving back. Every single year into what you're doing. So, if you're fortunate and you're making money and you're doing, good things for yourself, it's always good to look out for the people who are not as fortunate as you are.
Absolutely.
So, this could be a good deed for somebody who, not if you're Muslim, not if you're it doesn't matter what religion you are, but I'm just saying this could be a good way of giving back, especially if we're in the industry of helping people get into homes for people who aren't, who don't have that necessarily, in their capability of doing so right now. If we can help them do that, I think that's a great way of us giving back because that's how, I, make my living, right? And if I can help somebody else who can't even do that, I think that's a great thing, you know?
Did you guys get any pushback, any negativity as far as doing the event?
Like criticism?
Criticism.
Not directly, no. Like, I saw some things that I don't think were directed at us particularly, but here's something I want to say to anyone being critical of this, and I mean this from a warm place. Sometimes someone sees something and goes, oh, they all jumped on this thing going on, but what about this thing over here? How come no one cares about that? Or how come you're fundraising for this while that's happening? And here's what I want anyone watching to understand. We saw something happening, and then we took full responsibility for that, organized an event ourselves, reached out to our lines of communication, our relationships, found a manufacturer, went to deliver it, got approval through municipalities, and created this out of nothing. So instead of criticizing us, why don't you reach out to us and ask us if we can help you too and do something for you? Because if you criticize us, can't help you. But if you go, oh my God, I have something that means a lot to me. I just saw what you just did. Could you help me with this? And maybe that means a lot to all of us too, and we want to be a part of that also. Obviously, it's not, no one can do this 24/7. It's difficult. I wish we could. When the billions come in, maybe we'll create a new foundation. But what I'm just trying to say is that for people being critical of it, it's like, dude, like if there's something that means a lot to you, don't get pissed off. Collaborate. Like, how can someone know what's important to you if you don't voice it? How come you're not taking responsibility for what you care about and saying, dude, I'm going to own this thing. I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to reach out to people and make this happen. So I'm not upset with anyone who'd be critical, because criticism is the first thing that happens before, that has to happen before someone admires you. So it's an evolution, So, but what I would say is that if this upset you, if you feel like there's something important and it got neglected, are you taking responsibility for that thing, or are you just walking, talking, pointing, and criticizing? Because if you are, you're not helping your cause either, And I think being openly critical too, like for example, like if someone thinks that, oh, this event was done because everyone just wants to have a little bit of fame, yo, who cares? Let's say it's true, which I don't believe that's true, because what a lot of people don't know, and I don't care, I'll announce it, every single speaker is donating money, and they weren't asked to, including you guys, and thank you so much for that.
Of course.
Thank you.
Like no one asked, and everyone said, yeah, I'm in, I'll do it. So, and not like $100, everyone's donating thousands of dollars each. So to me, the way I look at it is that what it's really about was like, dude, like, this got my attention. This is something that I want to be behind. This is something that I want to have impact in. I want to have impact on the stage. I want to have impact even with the play. And I think that's really, really awesome. And I also think that no matter why you bought a ticket, maybe you really care about the cause, maybe you didn't care at all, maybe you just really got excited about what it is. Regardless of your motivation, I could care less. Anyone who's watching, you helped, and that means a lot. And why you helped is only your business. But you helped, and that really goes a long way. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Look, we're here to ask the questions that people don't usually ask.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to put you guys in that tough
Yeah.
position, but again, we don't hold anything back on our platform, so that's the reason why I asked.
Yeah.
But again, when you reached out, I didn't look at this as, I'm not from the same religion. I looked at this, like you said before, these are other human beings who are suffering, and I want to help. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm all in. I know James was all in, and it was just a no-brainer. You help people who need help. It's what we're in this street for, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, people are always going to say good things, negative things. That just comes with anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And everyone I reached out to was like, yeah, dude, like, I'm in, I'll help. Like, it had nothing to do with, it really just had to do with like someone they know is asking them for help about something. And for most people, that was good enough. And that was really cool. Like the cause was there. And then also on top of that, it was just like, there really is unity in this stuff. So it's really cool to see that come together. Like you remember when you had an idea, I didn't know what it was yet. I'm like, okay, I'm in, because I wanted to help. And actually, that was what inspired me, because I was like, am I the only one that's thinking like this? Like, how am I going to put this together? So when you reached out, it validated it. Dude, my wife was telling me to do something every fucking day. She's like, do something. And I'm like, all right, what should I do? She's like, well, you need to figure it out and do something. And she called me at work. Did you do something yet? You need to do something. Do something. So I was like, oh, I got to do something. You know, like, I want to do something too. So it was also cool to see how many people actually wanted to do something also. And it was like, okay, good. We got momentum now.
But that's a compliment to you, because that means you're a doer.
Usually.
Usually.
Yeah.
I mean, JB practices what he preaches. I got to give it to you, because I'm
Thank you, bro.
right upstairs. So I see you all the time. I'm here playing ping pong like 5 minutes out of the day. Maybe more than 5 minutes, who knows? But, you know, it is what it is. But one thing I definitely wanted to go into was like the layout of the event. Let's tell everybody like what to expect from
Yeah,
it.
can we give them some sneak peeks, something?
Yeah, sneak peeks are just like, you know, give us like a rundown of like what to expect from
That
the event.
I don't know.
It starts at 3:30, right?
Starts at 3:30. It's scheduled till 9, but I want everyone to know there's going to be, we're leaving that, when it opens up to networking, we're leaving that bar open and the music on. So we're not shutting it down. So you can stay longer than 9. We just have to put something on there to do. But run of show is going to be very similar to a conference. You're going to show up. There's going to be, you know, you're going to have the initial acknowledgments and awareness pieces, but then when we start the show, you're going to see real delivery from each individual speaker, specifically designed to help you in your business in whatever facet that might be. So we have cold calling, my man Kevin. we have becoming a listing machine. I went to Brian, and Brian said, what do you want me to talk about? And I said, dude, like, people want to be you. They try to be you. It's hard. It's not easy to be Brian Karp. I think he eats lightning for breakfast, and you know, like just you know, he's at another level. But what he does do is, you know, I've had the privilege of spending a week straight with Brian Karp twice when we shot Real Estate Protege season 1, season 2. So I watched them work. He's like writing with both his hands, and like he's like the guy's just on point. And what I wanted to do was with Brian is I wanted to figure, like I told him, show people how to become a listing machine, how to convert those listing appointments, how to actually get in the door, and when you're in the door, getting a 90% chance of signing. He goes, that's exactly what I'm going to show them. So Brian's going to take exactly what's in his playbook that only people on his team, the people closest to him know, the people that pay him a lot of money for his advice know. He's going to go and deliver that on how to be a listing machine. Charles Weinraub's built a multi-million-dollar business in a relatively short period of time. In a couple of years, you know, like you would think he's doing this for 25 years or something, but I think it's been like 6 years or 7 years he's been in the real estate game. I don't want to misquote it, but like it hasn't been 20 years, even though you feel it or you think that when you talk to him and see his success. He's going to show you as a business person how to break down, plan, and actually execute, because it's not just about secret sauce. It's about actually being able to have the real meat and potatoes on how to go about it. So he's going to show you step by step on how he scaled his business without burning himself out. Because if you notice, everyone's always talking about the grind. Dude, if you grind, you're going to have nothing left. If you grind something, keep grinding it. See what happens in a couple of minutes. It'll be dust. So this guy's been able to grind without having to grind himself and scale that business out into what it is today. He's got a media facet of it, where he's built his personal brand out. He's got a real estate portfolio. He's got acquisitions. He's built a network of things. This is not by accident. He's going to show you exactly how he did that, so you can apply that into your business. You know, Dan O'Neill, in a very short period of time, built his business where it's at. And what a lot of people don't realize is that, you know, there's roller coasters in that. And he's going to show you how to actually level it off, where you can get all the successes but skip all the mistakes, and actually get to where it's at, and how to build a team like that. That's even going into another state now. We have, you know, with me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show people a foundation. I just mentioned roller coasters. Whenever I deal with people, they're having a great time, and then all of a sudden, boom, things aren't going well. And it's ups and downs and ups and downs. And look, unless you're at Six Flags, roller coasters suck. You don't want to live on a roller coaster in your life. There's a real science why that keeps happening. So I'm going to show you how to actually create unbreakable confidence, to know and have control over your life, build a foundation out so you stop experiencing those roller coasters, so you can finally get those ups and not get those downs. And there's 3 key things that I'm going to show you that's helped my coaching clients, my actual business, and more importantly, it's going to show people instantly before I'm done speaking even, that they have a lot more control than they think, and how to actually scale and grow their business and their mindset behind it. So that's what I'll be going over as well. Did I miss anybody?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
So that's yeah. So in addition to that, we have some great since we're doing this rebuild for Turkey. Istanbul Cafe is actually sponsoring dinner, so we're gonna have a great
wow.
Turkish dinner for everyone. I think everyone's gonna really
Turkish
love it.
food.
Yeah,
I love
and
Turkish
baklava.
Yo, I love baklava. I'm not gonna lie. It's really, really good.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, so everyone's gonna have great food, and then from there we're gonna jump right back into the conference, carry it out strong, and then what we're gonna do is once the conference is over, the night's not over. Lights start going. DJs turning up. Chairs get pulled out. All the tables come out, and it turns into basically a club/lounge where everyone can network. And if you do come, stick around, because I personally, and I think all the speakers are going to want to say thank you to all of you personally as much as we can. So it's going to be something where a lot of people are going to learn. But the impact of Real Estate Rebuild is this: you're not leaving the same person who came in. We're going to change your life and your business forever, because we need to not just rebuild Turkey. If we're going to do amazing things in our business and our life, and as parents and as husbands and wives and brothers and sisters, we need to be very successful. Here's what I believe. Most people are inherently good people. So if they're successful, if they make more money, if they can create more affluence, the world around us becomes better. So the best way to have sanity, the best way to have a real, real good world to live in, is ensure everyone around us is successful. And that's really what the Real Estate Rebuild is about.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wow. Speechless. It's gonna be an amazing event. A lot of value. I mean, the title says it all. Real Estate Rebuild, right? Helping rebuild Turkey and then building your business to where it should be. So that's amazing. Anything else you can guys leave off on? Anything else you guys want to share that hasn't been shared yet?
I would say two things. We did open up VIP tickets, which when these guys see it, VIP is only 20 seats.
So that's front row?
Front row. They
Okay.
get dinner with us. They get dinner with all the speakers. The dinner's going to be in a separate room with that. They're also going to get access to a private mastermind group with each individual speaker, and they're getting a recording of the event to have forever. So that's $497. Trust me when I tell you, it's the best deal of the century. That's going to help us a lot reach our goals with the houses. But more importantly, if you want tremendous value, VIP. And then for the ones that missed out, the ones who waited, the ones who said, they're just full of shit, they're not sold out. We still have an option for you to get your virtual ticket for $39. You'll be able to watch in the comfort of your home. We're going to deliver it awesome. It's not going to be some shitty Zoom. It's going to be a real effect. It's going to look like it's in the movies. We have the camera system set up for it. You have an incredible experience. Grab popcorn, grab the family, and blow up your business.
Making me want to buy a ticket right now.
Yeah, literally. I feel like I gotta be there.
What about you, Denise? Anything else you want to leave us off with?
I just really want to say thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart for supporting, sharing, liking, you know, even if you didn't purchase a ticket, just to show the support. It means a lot. And I know this is going to mean a lot more when we get there and deliver it, and we're going to see it and show it to everyone. And it's going to be big. I can't wait till the 16th. I can't wait till these container homes are there. I can't wait to see our names on them. It's going to be great. And I'm really grateful for everyone who stepped in.
Real Estate Rebuild, March 16th. If you're not there,
You're
not
out.
anywhere.
That's it.
100%.
Do you cold call?
Do I cold call? What is it you said the other day? If there's a fire and cold calling, I would go through the fire.
So this is perfect. Why? What holds you back? Because I want to be able to add value, and it's good that I'm asking you now because I can
Cold
include it
calling?
into What stops you from doing
on the
it?
phone. I hang up on people.
You
Like,
hang up.
they tell me, why are you calling me? And I'm like, never mind, I didn't just call you. I don't know what it is. I think it's the rejection that you get from 99% of the time, but
It's not 99% if you're watching.
whatever. But to me, it feels like it's not, like every time I try it, I get nowhere with it.
So
And
what's
I
something?
feel like I can't have people stay with me. Like, I lose them really quickly. So if you have anything for that, I want to know.
So rejection, right? Objection handling. And I think, and it's not just you. I'm not asking this question to pick
Oh, no,
on
please
you.
ask me.
majority, and JB, you could attest to this. Majority of people don't do things because the fear holds them back, right? But again, if you don't take action and do it, you'll never know how good you'll be. It just has to be done. It's consistency.
Kevin, I have
it's
a question
numbers
for
game.
you.
Can I
I
come
never
cold
asked-
call with you one day?
Sure.
I never asked
You gotta buy a
question.
ticket for $4.95.
Question I have, Kevin, are you going to be doing a live cold call at the event?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Are you going to do anything live, Kevin?
I'll get you a FISBO.
For sale by owner. Oh, the pressure's on. Who knows? There's gonna be a lot of surprises.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. But
Now we got to think of something to do to James too on the spot. Since
you could take it, tell me to do whatever. You know
Give me
me.
a clear to close in 2 hours.
2 hours? I don't know about
580
2
credit
hours.
score.
That would be nice.
on stage,
By the time I submit
stage.
the Jill, has to be clear to close by the time we
beat
leave.
everybody that they're shopping you around with too.
See, I asked you to do one thing. You asked me to do like 60 different things at the same time.
Well, guys, it was amazing having you guys on. Where can people reach you?
you can follow me at JB Bolvin across the board, all platforms.
You can follow me on Denise Real Estate. Same Facebook, Instagram, everywhere.
Where can people buy tickets? Where can people donate? Where can people?
realestaterebuild.com. There's options to donate. There's options to your virtual ticket for VIP. Everything that you need is there. All the announcements will come on there too. And if you already bought a ticket, stand by because we're actually going to start having email updates for you regularly building up to the event. You'll know everything very soon.
It's amazing. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm
Yes,
ready.
I am as well. All right, so that was the latest episode of the Real Estate and Chill podcast. If you're watching this episode and you haven't contributed or if you haven't bought a ticket yet, I want to say this one thing before we sign off. Every single day that you are not learning and you're not doing something to elevate your business, you're hurting yourself. Because this is a mastermind that we're going to be, bringing together so many heavy hitters in the industry. They're going to teach you so much. If you could do one more deal because of being at this event, and at the same time you're helping contribute for a cause that, it's an unfortunate situation. If you could do both at the same time, the question is, why not? So get your tickets. If you're not going to be there because tickets are sold out, if you're not buying VIP, go buy your tickets to the virtual link. And with that being said, we will hopefully see you at the event.
March
See you there.
16th. Real
you
Estate
there.
Rebuild. Let's go.